In 2004, Bay Area rapper Mac Dre was killed in Kansas City.
In a stolen car, pulled up alongside his van, fired, and sped off.
There were rumors, which police said were false, that Fat Tone did it. Dow claims he didn't think so. In 2005, he invited Fat Tone to Las Vegas to meet Snoop Dogg. Dow is seen leaving a casino with Fat Tone and Cowboy. He claims they went their separate ways.
I don't know where they went, but he says he has some business to handle.
Shout out to the Oaktown. Shout out to Vallejo, the Valley Joe. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I'm from the VALLEJ, no. And selling narcotics is all I know. Come on, man. E40, man. E40, dog.
1992. Andre Lewis Hicks, known by his peers and the music industry as Mac Dre, got embroiled in a series of events that sent him down a path that would end with him losing his life. That year, Mac Dre was on a pursuit to boost his music career, launching the label Romper Room Records. At the same time, law enforcement was particularly interested in solving the string of robberies that took place at pizza shops in the Vallejo area where Mac Dre moved to from Oakland.
Well, I was born in the big Oak Town. Oakland, California. That's where my mama spit me out. But immediately we was rushed to Vallejo.
Tell the folks where you were born at.
In the I was born in Oakland, raised in everywhere else in the Bay. Mainly in the Crest Side, Vallejo. How did I mean?
I shitted on a few cats. Man, and I done seen niggas get shitted on. I done seen niggas rap they whole, everything they own at the sideshow. Rap one car, come back 15 minutes later, another car, rap that one. Drunk, then a mother.
March 26, 1992. Mac Dre was in a vehicle along with his friends, Jamal David Diggs, also known as J Diggs, and Simon Curtis Nelson, also known as Kilo Kurt. According to reports, Mac Dre and his friends were intercepted by officers of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, as well as Vallejo police, on their way back out of Fresno. The basis for the arrest were on charges of conspiracy to commit burglary. FBI reports state that Mac Dre's associates were out casing a Fresno bank with plans of committing a heist. But a local news crew had caught wind of the incident over the police scanner and had prematurely gone to the bank, promoting them to abort mission. Mac Dre, being innocent of the crime, refused to turn into an informant to be used against his associates, so he was imprisoned along with them. He would be sentenced to 5 years, while J Diggs and Kilo Kurt received 10 years.
35 FBI agents, police and everything, they said that we was out in Fresno casing banks, plotting on robbing the bank.
No bank was robbed.
No bank was robbed. So imagine, nigga, I'm going to jail for some shit that I didn't even do yet. Yo, come on, nigga. I mean, they call it conspiracy, but nigga, no, fuck that shit. I didn't do it yet. I mean, maybe I was planning on doing it, and I would change of heart. You don't know that shit. You don't know if I was gonna pussy out and not do it. That nigga did 5 years for that shit. Holy fuck. Okay, what a way to start the situation. All right, let's go, man.
While it seemed harsh for such a stern punishment for Mac Dre, given he wasn't involved, the incentive behind their motive could have been fueled by Mac Dre's disrespect towards members of the law in his song Punk Police, where he went as far as calling officials out by name.
And I'ma dedicate this to Detective McGraw.
As you imagine, that caused a stir and placed a target on Mac Dre's back by law enforcement.
So is it true that before the Vallejo police were, annoyed at you because you had written the song Punk Police?
Yeah, they hated it. I heard everybody singing the song Punk.
Information would surface with more details on the bust, stating that a third friend was in the vehicle, Corey Dunn. Apparently, Dunn was flipped to an informant by the FBI and wore a wire while in the vehicle, leading the cops right to Mac Dre and his associates.
It's always the bitch ass nigga in the crew that go inform. I said, come on, goddammit. Holy, so now Mac can't even act like the niggas wasn't trying to rob the bank. Them Vallejo niggas is wild. You know what I mean? Them niggas is wild. I'm going to Vallejo.
Later on, August 24th, 2010, Corey Dunn was found deceased with multiple bullet wounds. Jay Diggs would later reveal Mac Dre could have walked free from the charges, of which he was innocent, if he gave the cops the information they wanted against him. But he stayed true to the bond and code they lived by, and did his time, as opposed to Corey Dunn, who he labeled in gang culture a rat. 4 years later, in 1996, Mac Dre is released earlier than his full sentence, mainly assumed to be due to good behavior, and his freedom was invested in turning his focus to solidify his spot in the music industry.
Cooley don't want to give a nigga chap lips. He got the kind of chap lips that you can give to a nigga.
What you do, Cooley? Best advice that I would give, man, I'm seeing people do wrong is before you present your stuff to reputable motherfuckers that could take you to the next level, have your shit tight and ready. Make sure your beats and your lyrics is up there, and when you listen to it, ask yourself, is it hanging with the people that's professionals already before you even try it? Or else you're gonna clown yourself and you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
He would launch the label Fizz Entertainment, meant to realize his dream as the hip-hop mogul of the Bay Area, but instead led to his untimely end. Mac Dre was on a high, taking over the Bay Area and building a buzz in the international scene. His music attracted fans from all races, all walks of life.
I got fans, like, you come to the Mac Dre show, man, you might see any kind of person there.
He was talented, with a future that would place him at the top of the rap hierarchy. His music and fame was reaching as far as exotic islands like Hawaii. But Mac Dre was still learning how to navigate from the gang-influenced life he's accustomed to and his new fame as an artist.
I ain't gonna lie, I had no idea Mac Dre was a gangster like that though. So you see, the character he portrays is like, you know what I mean? I'm just having fun in the records, you know what I'm saying? I had no idea that this nigga is out here ready to rob banks and shit in Vallejo. And then tell the police to fuck themselves. You know what I mean? Correctly. Hey, man. That's the 90s shit, nigga.
This would be his undoing in 2004. Reports state that a promoter referred to as Damon Whitmill saw the opportunity to profit in hosting a concert with Bay Area artists like Mac Dre, who were taking over the music scene. With that idea in mind, he booked a number of Bay Area artists like Mac Dre, Keek the Sneak, and Yuckmouth, along with a bunch of others for Halloween weekend. Whitmill would later convey information breaking down what transpired between him and Mac Dre on the weekend that he lost his life. Whitmill and Mac Dre allegedly made an agreement to the total sum of $12,500, where Mac Dre would receive $6,000 up front along with paid airfare and stay in Kansas City for him and other artists. October 27, 2004, Mac Dre, along with other Bay Area artists, arrived in Kansas City.
And that's right, you know, what's his name again? Yuckmouth was there. Yeah, Yuckmouth told the story he had just peeled out when the shit went south, man. Yo, and shout out to Yuckmouth, man.
October 27, 2004, Mac Dre, along with other Bay Area artists, arrived in Kansas City, where they were allegedly driven around by an acquaintance of Mac Dre by the name of Savino Davila. Once settled in, Mac Dre proceeded to begin to honor contractual obligations in the form of radio appearances and record signings at local music stores. It was from there where things apparently began taking a turn for the worst, setting events in motion resulting in Mac Dre's demise. Reports state that according to Whitmill, Mac Dre was unprofessional in his dealings, arriving late to his obligations and leaving early, which caused another issue for the weekend shows, as the record signing at Byron Robinson's music store also acted as promotion for the event. The end result was disappointment from the promoter, the store owner, and fans of the popular Bay Area rapper Mac Dre.
So we got a pissed off promoter who paid you your money and you not doing the work. So right now we building some kind of, you know what I'm saying? We're seeing where the motive is at. Yeah, that's where we're going with this. We're seeing where the motive is at. It seemed like a setup to me.
Friday, October 29th. It was the big show and a chance for Whitmill to make big on his efforts. But according to him, yet again, Mac Dre arrived late, resulting in him having to rent the venue for extra time to accommodate Mac Dre's tardiness. However, the night was only about to get worse. According to both Whitmill and his alleged DJ that night, Mac Dre's entire entourage of 20-plus people rushed the stage, which resulted in fans also following suit. The issue was cause for the music to be cut off numerous times due to security reasons, until finally, the show was shut down. This is where Mac Dre made a big error. Keek the Sneak, along with Yuckmouth, felt a negative presence at the show. According to them, there was...
Once the show shut down and promoters lost their money, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh my.
According to them, there was tension, and the turnout was horrible, so they performed and left without receiving the other end of their payment. They told the promoter to wire them the funds and got out of Kansas City.
So it was 2 shows. I made it to 1 show, but me and my wife was going to Hawaii the next day, and I couldn't make it to the show that Mac Dre died. The same band that picked me up, took me to the airport, brought me to the show and all that, was the band that Dre died in, you know what I mean? I just feel like it was a lot of friction, you know what I'm talking about?
I felt it, the vibe when I was out there. I felt it when we was at the show, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It was some type of tension I didn't even know of, but it was some tension backstage. I'm like, yeah, I don't even want to be around here, period. So I left. A couple other people left. We all left. Only Dre stayed.
Whatever the reason, Mac Dre stayed while they left, in an attempt to recoup lost funds on what seemed like a failed event. The promoter allegedly booked Mac Dre to perform at a Halloween party Sunday the 31st, 2004, to close off the weekend.
That last show had to have been the setup. Cause listen, bro, everybody else left Mac. So now Mac is out there just with his peoples, bro. That extra show to recuperate the money, I don't believe that shit, bro. I don't believe that at all.
According to other sources like Jay Diggs, Mac Dre was scheduled to be there, but ended up in an altercation with the promoter. From all appearances, Mac Dre showed up and did his part. But when it was time to leave, the promoter was refusing to pay the remaining sum owed, as he wanted Mac Dre to stay longer. However, the promoter tells a different story, stating that Mac Dre again showed up late, and instead of trying to live up to his obligations, he allegedly left after 30 minutes without even performing. Davila, who spoke with Mac Dre before he arrived at the event, would allegedly later tell detectives that Mac Dre mentioned to him he didn't feel safe due to the nature of how things were organized. At this point, Whitmill, the promoter, is left at the event while Mac Dre leaves after the argument in a white van, allegedly driven by a man by the name of Pierce. Mac Dre would never make it back to his hotel. Reporters state that around 2:30 a.m., the white van was traveling northbound on Highway 71, just south of 75th Street, when a dark sedan pulled alongside the driver's side of the van and unloaded upwards of 30 bullets from 2 separate guns, an automatic rifle, and a .45 pistol.
On Interstate 70, a group of armed men in a stolen car pulled up alongside his van.
He got out of jail. Like, people forget the California living. People forget the Too Hard for the Radio on his first run.
Right.
Where he sold, hundreds of thousands of records. And
is it safe to say that was before the Fizz phase?
For sure,
yes.
Way before that. Then, he went to the federal penitentiary.
With Mac Dre?
Yeah, Mac Dre was cool.
Because he was in Sacramento back in the day,
Mac
right?
Dre was a good nigga. I always gave it up for Sacramento, always gave it up for G Parkway. Like, they was on my niggas was on his main, like some of his main songs, like that La 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 La, Lots of Paper, that This Dance, them my niggas from my hood on them songs. All that shit that he was doing, like, that shit really came from my hood. Like, on God, ain't no disrespect to Mac Dre, ain't no disrespect to This, ain't no disrespect to nobody. Like they know. They go Stupid and go all that shit. That was my nigga name, Stupid. He was from my hood, G Parkway. Him and Mac Dre, you feel me? It was like this. You dig what I'm saying? So Mac Dre was older. So it's like me being an older nigga, but I'm fucking with the younger crowd. I got the money, you know what I'm saying? I might got the chains, I might be shining. They might be shining too, but I got a little bit more, you feel me? So I'm taking what they doing and staying in with the trend, you feel what I'm saying?
Fired and sped off.
The sedan rammed the driver's side of the van in between taking shots at it. The van would lose control and plunge into a ditch, tossing Mac Dre from the vehicle, while the driver crawled from the wreckage and ran to the hotel for help. At approximately 3:30 a.m., an hour after the incident occurred, police would arrive at the scene to find a motionless Mac Dre with a bullet wound to the back of his neck. He was pronounced deceased at the scene. The black vehicle used in the homicide would be found later on with shell casings matching those at the scene, and holes from inside the door indicated the shooter fired from inside the vehicle rather than hanging outside. Further confirmation it was the vehicle in the crime was found in the white paint along the passenger side of the door where the white van was rammed in the attack. Mac Dre's passing shook the entire Bay Area. To them, he was a legend gone far too soon.
So hold on, the shot came from in the car. So, man, listen, I'm gonna have to take that in later on because I'm confused as shit. The shot went off in the car. Joe, nigga, oh my God, this is an inside hit. This is an inside hit. Them niggas was pissed off in Kansas City.